Welcome to the Monologues, the podcast where iconic songs are reimagined as riveting monologues. Here, we take the music you know and love and transform it into stories that are unexpected and thought-provoking. In this special series, we're diving into the Fizzy Fuzzy Chronicles, inspired by Fizzy Fuzzy Big and Buzzy, the breakout album by The Refreshments. At the Monologues, we aim to breathe new life into these classics, weaving together music and storytelling in a way you've never experienced before. So settle in, because this is more than a podcast. It's a journey into the heart of a whirlwind romance gone terribly, terribly wrong. This is the Fizzy Fuzzy Chronicles. In the aftermath of the chaos they unleashed, the cracks in Jack and Diane's partnership weren't just showing, they were splitting wide open. The adrenaline that once fused them together had curdled into something heavier. Fear, regret, and the kind of guilt that lingers long after the sirens fade. Charlie, their reluctant accomplice, walked away without a scratch, but he wasn't unscathed. Physically, he was fine. Mentally, he was unraveling, caught between loyalty and the sobering realization that he might be in too deep. Part 4 picks up in the uneasy silence that follows the storm, where words stick in the throat and eye contact feels dangerous. Diane, ever the optimist, or maybe just the most convincing liar in the room, tries to smooth the edges. She speaks in half-truths and reassurances, not just for Jack and Charlie, but for herself. Because if she can keep talking, keep moving, keep spinning the plates, maybe the weight of it all won't crush her. But Jack is splintering. The thrill has worn off, leaving only questions he can't outrun. He's not just questioning the heist anymore, he's questioning Diane, the choices, himself. And for the first time, he's starting to wonder if getting out for good might be the only way to survive. The tension between them has never been sharper. Diane's promises, Jack's doubts, Charlie's silent panic. It's all balancing on the edge of a knife. And the question is, who will be the first to fall? This is the fallout.
I told them we were going to be okay, that no matter what came next, no matter how bad it looked, how messy it felt, we'd figure it out. Together. That was the whole point, right? Us. Two halves of the same wild, reckless whole. That's what I needed to believe. Because if we weren't together, then what the hell were we?
She said we were unstoppable, that nothing could break us. But all I could think about was how many times we'd already broken. Little fractures, fights, lies, regrets, stacking up like all the unpaid bills back at home. And every time we put ourselves back together, it felt incomplete. Like the next hit might be the one that finally shatters us.
I told Jack we'd leave our mark. Carve our names into the mud where no one else could see. Leave proof we were here, together, messy, wild, alive. Shoes in a tree, shadows chasing shadows across the pavement. It didn't matter how broken we felt, as long as we kept moving. I just needed him to feel it. Feel me. Feel us.
She'd spin these wild stories. Movie scenes, cowboy hats, starlit skies, minty fresh kisses at 2 a.m. when the world felt quiet, like it was holding its breath for us. I mean, what in the actual hell? But maybe that's why I stayed. I let her drive. Let her weave those stories around us, hoping they'd feel real enough. And maybe the wreckage we were leaving behind wouldn't matter.
I could feel him slipping. Jack, I mean. The way he started holding back, like he was trying to disappear into himself. Oh, and Charlie? Let's not forget Charlie. He was pale, trembling, like he wanted to melt into the floor of the car and vanish. I needed to pull them both back in. So I told them, what's good for me is good for you. What's bad for me, it's bad for you. So let's not make it bad. Let's just make it ours. Like if I said that out loud, it would be true.
But it was bad. It was always bad. I kept trying to picture what we'd been, what we could be, if we just stopped running long enough to catch our breath. But she was always there, pressing that damn hammer into my hand like it was my job to help her fix this. Come on, Jack. Pull the nails out together. We'll patch this up. It's us against the world, right? Like a fool, I kept taking it. I kept hoping that I wouldn't be the nail.
I could see it. The way Jack wouldn't meet my eyes when I said, we'll get back up, we always do. He used to believe me. Used to hang on my words like they were gospel. But now, there was this distance, this pause between us that felt wider than the space in that car. But I couldn't let it go. I had to mean it. If we weren't unstoppable, then what was I even fighting for?
She looked at me with that damn smile. One that made my stomach twist. Made me forget why I was so angry, so tired. But this time, it felt different. It hit me all at once. She wasn't pulling me down. I was pulling myself down, letting her hold the thread while I unraveled, one frayed piece at a time. Every word out of her mouth, every promise, every plea felt like that hammer delivering a blow. And guess what? I was the nail, waiting to be driven in deeper.
I told them, cars break, people break, but we're not broken. We're just us. I needed them to believe that. Because if I could keep them believing, then maybe I wouldn't have to face the truth. Maybe I wouldn't have to admit how close to breaking I actually was.
She said we weren't broken, but all I could see were the cracks. Cracks in us. Cracks in me. And every time I tried to take a step back, to breathe, she'd pull me closer, whispering, "We'll do it all over again. We're unstoppable, Jack. We don't stop." I let her every single time.
So I said it. Let's go down together. Down together. Down together. Together. And I smiled, hoping, praying he'd smile back, hoping he'd see what I saw, that this wasn't the end, that we still had a fight left in us. It couldn't be the end. Not yet.
I nodded. Not because I believed her. Not because I thought we could fix any of this. But because I didn't know how to do anything else. Diane was driving. I was just holding on, hoping the crash wouldn't kill us all.
So here's what we know. 3 people, 1 stolen car, somewhere far from town. The adrenaline was wearing off, the aftermath of a robbery gone terribly wrong. But the real damage, that was happening inside that car. Diane was still talking, filling the space with half-truths, the same lines she'd used before. But there was something different this time. She didn't sound convincing. Jack? Well, he wasn't convinced. He was starting to see it, really see it, the broken glass, the blood, but mostly he saw her. The way she kept talking, like words could fix this. Like if she spun the right story, everything would snap back into place. And in the past, it worked, but tonight, her words felt thin. And Diane knew it. That's why she wouldn't stop talking. Because if the words stopped, all that would be left was the truth. And the truth was, they weren't unstoppable. They weren't bending. They were breaking. As for our good friend Charlie, he knew it too. He was no longer just along for the ride. Not after what happened. Not after the sirens, the blood on his sleeve, the way Jack would no longer look him in the eyes. He kept hearing Diane's words. We're not broken. People break, but not us. But they were. And now it's only a matter of time. Because that's how these stories go, isn't it? The promises start to sound like threats. The thrill fades. The lies get tangled in each other until you can't remember where the con started and where the truth ends. They were circling each other now. Diane doubling down, Jack pulling away, Charlie trying not to drown between them. And yet when Diane whispered, "Let's go down together," Jack just nodded. Not because he believed her, not because he thought it could still be saved, but because after everything, after all the wreckage, walking away felt harder than crashing. But the thing about going down together is, it only feels like you're together until you hit the ground.
You think they're being clever, don't you? People like Jack and Diane. They move fast, talk fast, make a lot of noise. They cause a shit ton of chaos. Enough to make everyone look the other way. But the thing about their chaos was, eventually I knew it would leave a pattern. You know, if you know where to look, you'll see it. Footprints. Breadcrumbs. And I've been looking a long time, baby.
And just like that, the chase began. Detective Robert Watts isn't one to quit. And as Charlie, Jack, and Diane sped toward the border, they're about to learn a hard truth. Running is easy. Hiding is impossible. Next time, we pick up where the cracks finally give way. Mexico was supposed to be their way out, a fresh start, a clean break. But as they cross the border, the weight of their choices only grows heavier. Loose ends don't stay loose forever, and the law It's already closer than they think. This is the Fizzy Fuzzy Chronicles. Be sure to stay tuned for part 5, the beginning of the end. And now, a special thanks to the voices who brought this chaos to life. Christian Ledley as Jack Trumaine, Michelle Miller as Diane Parker, PJ Marino as Detective Bobby Watts. The Fizzy Fuzzy Chronicles is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. This production was inspired by Fizzy Fuzzy Big and Buzzy, the iconic album by The Refreshments. No crimes were committed in the making of this story. Only characters created, lines crossed, and hearts broken. Thanks for riding the storm with us. Until next time, stay reckless and stay fuzzy. This has been a Stranger to Reality Media production.